Hello everyone and welcome back to day 2 of a paint a day with me, Shivy. Today's paint a day is called Space Invaders. So you would have had all your equipment at the beginning of this video, so you should know what you should need. So we're going to start off with, if you have a white piece of paper, A4, that's perfect. Or if you have a black piece of paper, A4, that will be even better because that will save you a lot of time. I'm going to start off with my black piece of paper. And we're going to place it down onto our table. So we're going to start off with the sun. Now what I want to do, this won't matter for you, for those who are using the white paper, but if you're using the black paper, we need to start and prep our planets. So we start with getting some white, and we're going to do this for all our planets. So we're going to draw our sun from the bottom left hand corner, it's my left, and you're going to draw half a circle round in the corner of the paper. Then you get some more white and we are going to just fill that shape in. Just like that. Now we're going to get some more white paint and we're going to go from left to right and dot where we're going to put our planets. So the first one is Mercury, and that's going to be a nice close circle towards the sun. We want to make this maybe a 20 pence piece size. So think about what a 20 pence looks like and you want to draw a circle like that. Next, we're going to do Venus. Now Venus is just below Mercury, similar size, just a bit further out from the sun, just like that. We're going to get some more white on our brush. So we're going to use a lot of white at the moment just to do our planets to start off with. Next, we'll have the Earth, and the Earth is on the right-hand side of Venus. And it's slightly, ever so slightly bigger. So we've put the Earth next to Venus. And we're going to put Mars a little bit smaller next to Mercury. Fantastic. Fantastic. How are we doing? Let's have a look. Oh, excellent. Now, like I said, if you're already using white paper, you might just want to draw the outline of these planets, just using a little bit of pencil or a black paint, but nothing too dark. Now, once we've done all the planets, as you can see here, and it's dry, we're able to colour each planet in. So we are going to start off with the sun. And then we're going to start off with using yellow. So a nice dark yellow or medium yellow. And we're just going to paint from the top all the way down. Of our sun. Did you know the sun is the largest object in the solar system, and it's the hottest and the brightest? Great. Now give our paintbrushes a little rinse. Now we need some orange for Mercury. So if you don't already have orange, what you can do is mix a little bit of red. So you mix the red paint and you mix a little bit of the yellow. And we've made orange. So we're going to dab that around Mercury. Colour that in nicely. Fantastic. Well done, guys. Give your paintbrushes a little rinse and a dry. So now we're going to do Venus. So Venus is a beige colour. So what we're going to do with Venus is mix some white with a little tad of brown and a little bit of yellow. Very small. And a bit more brown. And maybe a tad of red. So you get that really nice beigey peach colour. Just like this. So I'm just going to cover that over Venus. Make it a nice circle. And that's it, guys, for Venus. Give it a quick rinse, your brush. So what we're doing, we're just doing all the base colours. And then afterwards, we're going to finish off with the finishing touches. So now that we've done Venus, we're going to do the Earth. The Earth is the planet that we live on, and it has loads of sea and breathable air called oxygen. So what we're going to do, we're going to get some green paint, and we're going to do little splodges around. I think we'll do 3. So in a triangle, 1 at the top and 2 at the bottom with the green. And then we're going to use, so dry off your brushes, we're going to use the light blue, and we're going to go in between those green splodges, because that is the sea. Fantastic. How are we all doing? Let's have a look. Oh, you're doing so well. Great job, guys. Great job. So we're going to give our brushes a nice another rinse. And now we're going to do Mars. Did you know that all planets orbit the sun? Amazing, isn't it? So now we've got the Mars, we're going to use brown and we're going to use some red, mix that together. And then we're just going to cover Mars, which is above the Earth and next to Mercury. Well done. Right, I think it's time to give us a little stretch. A little shake. Shake those fingers out. All right, so all the planets that we've done so far are all similar in size, and they're all made up of very similar material, such as iron and rock. Now we have the outer solar system, which are made of many other planets. These planets are giant worlds with thick layers of gas around them. And guess what? There's no solid surface. I wonder if anyone lives on these planets. So we're going to now do Jupiter. Now Jupiter, I'm going to do in like a grey rock style. So we're going to use some of the black and a little bit of the white. So you can get your grey, and you're just going to cover the whole of Jupiter in this grey looking colour. So a nice circle. So those of you that are using white paper, you should already have the circle on the white paper. And give your brush a nice little rinse. Next, we're going to do Saturn. Now, Saturn for me is kind of a beige, but with a little bit more yellow in it. So we're going to get some white. So use your paper plate and find another empty area. Use a bit of your white, and then you're going to mix a little bit of the yellow. And a very small tad of brown, little tap of brown. So you should get a little bit darker beige this time with a hint of yellow. So now we're going to cover and draw our Saturn. So remember, you start off with the circle, just like that. And Saturn has a ring of dust and rock that goes all the way round itself. That's what the ring is for. So we colour that in as well. Okay, now we are going to do Uranus. So we're going to get I think we're going to use a little bit of green. We're going to add a lot of white, or white and green, whichever you want to do. But make sure you get a really, really light green. And now we're going to add a touch of that light blue. So we get like a turquoisey, minty colour. Great. Got it? All right. So now we're going to cover Uranus. Again, Uranus has a ring around it also. That is dust and rock. So we cover that round as well. You're doing so well, guys. We're nearly there. Just a few more things to do. So now we're going to do Neptune. So Neptune is a blue. So I'm going to use the blue and I'm going to add some white to that blue. And I'm going to use the dark blue actually, a little bit darker. Okay, and then we're going to cover our planet. Great, guys. So, fun fact for you guys. There's a debate whether or not there are 8 or 9 planets in the solar system. Pluto was always considered a planet up until recently, but I'm going to keep it on here anyway. So I'm going to do Pluto with the black and a little tat of white because I want a really dark grey. And then we're just going to cover Pluto in this nice dark grey colour. Now that we've done that, guys, we're going to go back to the sun and we're going to fill out all the little finishing touches. So I'm going to use a smaller brush. You can use one too, or you can use what you have. Now we're going to use our brush and I'm going to add some bits of orange. So remember we made that orange. If you have any more, use that. If not, mix a bit more red and yellow together. And I'm going to use this orange to give the sun some texture. So starting from the top, just bits of orange, not too much because you still want to see the yellow coming through. And that will show that it's really, really hot. Now, once you've added the orange, you want to add a bit more water to the orange now and just go on the outside of that semicircle that we made just to show that the heat is coming from it. So make sure the paint is nice and runny and just go on the outside. Great. How are we getting on? This is fun, isn't it? I'm having so much fun today. We are indeed space invaders. Now we're going to get on to Mercury. So with Mercury, we're just going to add a bit more red to our orange. So it's a bit darker. And we're just going to go around the outside of the planet. Just the outside, so we can have a nice 3D looking planet. Give your brush a rinse. Next, we're going to go on to Venus. And with Venus, what we're going to do is just add some brown to it. So add some water to your brown because we want it quite runny, not too thick. And we're just going to go around the edge again of Venus with this brown. Amazing. Okay, next we're going to go on to the planet that we live on, which is the Earth. So we've already done our green and the blue for the sea. We're just going to get some dark blue and we're just going to go around the outside of the planet with the dark blue. and a little bit around each Greenlandy area on the planet. Now next we have Mars. Now Mars, we're just going to put a little bit of dark brown. Okay, so to make dark brown, we get our normal brown and we add a little bit of black. And we're going to have a little bit of red in there too. Just a little bit. Now we're going to go around this planet, just on the outside, in a circular motion. Just like that. Amazing. Woo! This one's a lot of work, isn't it? It will be perfect and wonderful once you've finished, I'm sure. Now we're going to go on to Jupiter. So with Jupiter, we're just going to add bits of black. So we're going to add black and we're going to add dark grey. And what we're going to do again, we're going to go around the outside of the planet. And then we're going to just do some dots. Just a few random dots inside the planet. Now, we're going to go on to Saturn. So Saturn is the one at the top with the ring of dust and rock. Okay, so we're going to get some yellow and we're going to water it down a little bit with some white, just so it's a bit lighter. Mix in some white with the yellow to make a really light yellow. And now we're going to do a circle around the circle that we already have. And then once we've done that, we're going to use the same yellow to go on the outside of the ring. And the inside of the ring. This one can be messy because it is a ring of dust, it shouldn't look too perfect. After Saturn is Uranus. So Uranus we've already done in like a light greeny mint colour. So what we're going to do is get the dark blue and we're just going to draw around, just like Saturn, a circle around the planet. So nice round circle. And then we're going to do dark blue around the ring on the outside. And the inside. 2 more to go, guys. Next we have Neptune. Now Neptune we've already done in a dark blue, but what we're going to do is mix some black and the dark blue together to get even a darker blue. And then we're just going to go again around this planet on the outside. And just a few little strokes in the middle to give it some texture. Lastly is Pluto. Now with Pluto, we want to kind of keep it dark grey, but I might just add a few specks of black to it. Just again, to bring out the texture. Now, we have all our planets. Wonderful. Now we're going to use silver. However, if you don't have silver paint, you can just use some white paint. And we're just going to do from the left, going all the way to the right, we're going to do some lines through each of the planets to show how they are positioned in our solar system. You just want nice long lines. What about 6? So the next one's going to go through the middle. Now these lines don't have to be perfect. It's actually better if they're kind of broken up a little bit. So I'm going to go through Saturn and out over there, Uranus. We're going to do one through Neptune, and then one more line in that corner. All that's left to do is our comet. Did you know that comets are made of ice and rock, and the tail, shiny tail that we see is when the comet actually gets closer to the sun? Lastly, get our gold. If you don't have gold, you can use yellow. I'm going to put mine up at the top left hand corner. It's going to make like a big, messy, circly kind of thing. And then I'm going to swish my brush 3 times, coming from it. Now that you've finished your painting, all that's left to do is add the labels to it. So you want to get either a sticky name tag like this, or you can just use some paper and a glue stick and stick them on afterwards. Right, so you want to write your name. So I write the sun. You want to cut them out and stick them down. So you've got the sun. You want to stick down Mercury, which is the orange one next to the sun. Then you've got Venus. So you want to stick Venus, which is the one next to Mercury. That's kind of a beigey brown. Then we have our planet that we live on, the Earth, which is the green and blue one above Venus. Then above the Earth, or next to the Earth, depending on where you're in space, we have Mars, which is the brown reddish colour. Then we have next to the Earth, we have Jupiter, which is the greyish looking rocky one. Above Jupiter, we have Saturn, or next to Jupiter. Again, depends on where you are in space. Then we have Uranus, which is another ringed dust planet down at the bottom corner. And above that, we have Neptune, which is the dark blue and blackish colour. And last but not least, the planet that's not really a planet, that's a dwarf planet, is Pluto, up in the top right corner. So these are your planets. And of course, the comet. And that is it, guys. That's your day 2 Space Invaders, a paint a day with me, Shivy. I would love to see your paintings. If you would like to ask your parents or your guardians to @me at Shivy Time TV on Instagram. Well, until tomorrow, guys, for day 3 of a paint a day with Shivy. Take care. Bye.